Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. Freddie, you have to get up. We've got a morning show to do.
Just give me 5 more minutes. Where'd I put my hat?
Come on, Freddie. You don't have time. Get out of bed.
I can never find my hat when I need it.
We'll get the hat at the studio. Let's go. Pour yourself some coffee and get to the studio because it's time for the morning show.
Now, where's my bell?
Wake up, America!
You're a little too early on the wake up. Oh my God, that sounded great. Yes. On the button. Talk to me. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Say good morning.
Good morning.
Say good morning.
Good morning.
Braxton, say good morning.
Aloha.
Oh,
Nice.
that's 7 seconds delay.
Wow. Wow. Very nice.
Good morning
nice,
to you,
nice,
too.
Nice.
Done.
Good morning.
Good morning.
But your mic is always ready.
What can I tell you? Morning.
We are actually in play with all the microphones keyed up to where they need to be.
Happy Wednesday to you. Happy Wednesday, everyone.
Happy Wednesday.
Oh.
Okay.
Hump day.
We gotta buy a camel.
We should have called it Hump
We should.
Guess what day it is?
Hump
Guess
Day.
what day it is?
We could put
Day.
you and him together in a camel suit. Because you'll be the bit hump.
Be the big deal.
That didn't come out right. That didn't come out. I didn't mean to call him the big hump.
Day. The big hump. You're
Who's the
funny.
big hump and who's the little hump, if you know what I
What are
mean?
you doing?
I have to write the name of the shows down as we go along.
She's taking
Otherwise, I
notes.
forget.
She's
I know, I never
taking
remember
notes.
them.
People want to know the names of the
8
shows,
years,
and then I
never
forget.
heard of you
Grace,
taking
you are
notes.
really...
It's because 8 years I get older, my brain forgets things.
Yeah. Dawn, if you say conservation, I forget stuff I was just told, like 5 seconds ago.
You forget?
Sometimes.
How was your Passover?
We
Wait,
Did you
passed
have
them over.
Passover?
I don't celebrate Passover.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were talking about it the other day.
Yeah, but I
you don't
knew it was
celebrate it.
Passover, but
Oh.
I don't celebrate Passover.
Did
Okay.
anybody here celebrate Passover besides Dawn? No?
How was your Passover, Dawn?
It was very nice.
I
Thank
got
you.
a question for you.
Yes.
Because I'm a little confused about it, and I'm being serious this time for 2 seconds. So I go to the restaurant, and it's packed where I went, not like the night before. And I'm saying to myself, don't you have to celebrate Passover at home? I said, you don't have to, right? You can celebrate Passover anywhere.
Yeah, but where you went, that's not demographically a Jewish
But they were.
area.
I saw a lot of Jewish stars and everything.
But some people just celebrate the first night.
Oh.
Some
See,
people
I
just
didn't
do
know that.
Seder on the first night. The second night, not that it's optional, but
But the
It's kind
Seder
of
doesn't
optional.
have to be celebrated at home and sitting, like the Christians do and like this.
it makes it a whole lot easier if you do, so you can read the Haggadah and everything. But
Read the what?
the Haggadah,
How long does it take to read a Gada?
it depends how long your service is. So like last night we had a modified one, and then Aaron gave his whole interpretation of the story of how we were freed, which is quite
Oh,
nice
so you
as a
go
matter of
and
fact.
gather, you do like a mass thing?
It's not a mass. It's called a Seder. But you read and you talk about, you go through it, what the story is, what the journey's been.
And you do
what
this
it
every
means.
year?
Every year.
So was the story different this year?
No, but Aaron added a little bit of Aaronness to it. So he talked about Moses' brother and what happened as
He knew
we.
Moses' brother?
Yeah, and then he asked me one of the names of Aaron because Moses' brother's name is Aaron. Apparently, Aaron was not the most upstanding of brothers, and he's always like,
You know
why'd you name me Aaron if he
but
wasn't
Aaron
such a
isn't
good guy?
Oh, he is a brother to your sister. I mean, to you.
But like, why would I pick a name out of the Bible if it wasn't like someone that did like really good deeds? And Aaron apparently, as Moses' brother, didn't really follow the
But
commandments
Aaron was
as he
this
should.
big when you named him. You don't know if he's going to grow up to be a criminal.
Yeah, but when you think about naming your kids, and I just thought it was like a strong, masculine, biblical name. I
What's
didn't
your
go
name?
into the
Ethan.
research of it.
And you were named after the Bible?
No, my parents just liked the name. It means steadfast and firm.
See, people looked into
And
the
what
name.
culture, what language is it from? Where's Ethan come from?
I don't really know. It's just a nice name, you know.
Yeah, it is a nice name.
I have a biblical name,
Grace.
Same here. Same here.
which
What?
is funny.
That's biblical also?
Yeah.
Shorty is
Yeah,
not.
So, so my full name is Nathaniel, which if you
That's in the Bible.
yeah, also named Bartholomew, which also means a gift of God or God has given, basically.
I believe my dad is named David, and that's a biblical name.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Zachary is in the Bible.
It
It
is.
is, but I don't think it was named after.
Yes, you were. Follow the bit.
Actually, Aaron was a pretty cool guy. If I remember right, didn't he speak for Moses because Moses wasn't a good speaker?
Yes.
Yeah, he had a speech impediment.
What a cool guy.
Well, yeah,
He was a cool guy. He's the guy that talked for Moses.
yeah. He told the
He was his mouthpiece.
Aaron's still my mouthpiece, so it's all good.
Yeah, he was the one who told the Pharaoh let the people go. Moses told him what to say, and Aaron said it.
Correct.
There you go.
Correct. And Zachary was in the, and what about six-car pilot? over
Baxton, you told us how he got his name. I
But is it biblical?
No!
Baxton biblical?
don't
I think
so.
if you found my name in the Bible, you'd remember it.
I don't know. I think Baxton was the guy. I think, what was the name of the guy who
The
took
God
the
of
cross
destruction.
off of Jesus' shoulder?
Simon.
Oh, Simon.
Maybe?
I thought it was.
Simon?
I thought it was Baxton for some reason.
Right, that might be totally wrong.
So it was a lovely night. It was at my sister's. We got to see the full moon. It was pretty cool because she lives on the water. So this full moon was amazing.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
And yes,
What
it
you
was
do?
nice.
What do you do?
You eat, you talk,
So smart.
and you read the Haggadah. So the Haggadah was
Nice.
passed down. My great uncle wrote it. Because
What was
everyone
passed down?
modifies their
Great-uncle
own.
wrote
My
the
great
Haggadah?
uncle wrote his modified version, and
Of
then
what?
of the Haggadah, because it can be like. So he wrote one, I guess, as his kids were growing up, my cousins, and then my
You read
cousin's
it- you
wife
read it?
modified it, and then my sister put some stuff in as she modified it. So it's now been like this passed down through generations
It's
modification.
in English?
Yes,
Are
And
you- is it because
for us it's in English. For other people, that might
like
not
in
be.
the Bible, I believe God makes a deal that you shouldn't alter the Bible. Are you?
No.
Is it a rule that you're allowed to alter
No.
that book?
We didn't alter the Bible.
No, the other thing.
The Haggadah, it was just more of what it means now. And if you think about persecution of the Jews back in Egypt, and then they talked about persecution of the Jews currently. So they've modified it to incorporate what's going on currently, which I've never done, which was pretty cool. And to say a
see.
prayer for our servicemen, and to say a prayer for all of those lives that have lost and the families that are suffering in all of the regions
But
right
then
now.
it's your interpretation of what you see, and you write this thing down, and you have like.
That's
this
some
sort of-
families do. Others you can just buy them and read them from whatever publishing company you
I
get.
learned so
But
much on this show.
this was
I didn't know that.
modified.
I have no idea of.
There's
what-
actually a Dr. Seuss Haggadah we
And
did
but-
one
but
year.
you-
It's green eggs and ham. So
Dr. Susagata?
yeah, there's like a 2-minute Dr. Seuss
I bought
Haggadah.
it.
We've like done them all. Yeah,
That
We
would
should
be
buy it and
mine.
read it on the show.
I bought a Haggadah.
That would
there's
be
a
mine.
Dr. Seuss Haggadah, which is
I
kind
would
of
do
funny.
the Dr. Goose. Can you imagine? I walk in and tell your mother, "Okay, we're gonna do the Dr. Seuss."
We did that one year with the kids.
Yeah, we should buy it and read it on the show.
A
So
2-minute
I am.
version, right?
Don,
Well, yeah.
so I see that you look more into that Coke.
I did, because remember you said it's made with sugar?
Yeah.
And Freddie said it's made from sugar that's not from sugar cane. And I said, isn't all sugar made from sugar cane?
No, because real Coke has corn syrup.
Exactly. So you're not allowed to have corn on Passover. So you can't have Coca-Cola because it's made from high fructose corn syrup.
So then
And you could drink it back.
So it's made with sugar, so people know that you can actually drink it. Cane sugar.
It tastes exactly like Mexican Coke.
And
It's
I actually
actually
heard
sweeter.
it's really good. It has a nice taste to it, a nice,
Yeah,
crisp,
like-
clean
like
taste.
You taste it, and you taste the lemoniness of the Coca-Cola. Like, what? Grace, are you okay?
Yeah.
What was that?
I was making a joke.
Okay.
Keep going.
Was it funny?
So that is what I heard. So I heard it actually tastes. I heard it tastes very good. The Coca-Cola.
That was
It
funny.
has a lingering
So is your dinner nice? I like the banana boat. I haven't been there in years.
It was pretty good.
They're probably the best food up there, if you can get it.
That's why I haven't been there in years. Because on the
And I
weekends
don't-
they don't take reservations.
I don't understand this. You know, you go to dinner and you see that there's a mob in front. So your first inclination is, you know, I got to get the hell out of here. I ain't waiting no 2 hours
Right.
for. So in front of me there was this group of 8. So she says, well, you have a 2-hour wait for a group of 8. That's it. So I'm trying to get Linda on the phone to say, listen, we got to go somewhere else because I ain't waiting 2 hours. And she walks up, how are you? How are you? 2, please. Okay. I went, what happened? You told me I had to wait. You tell Linda. It's like when you walk in, I'm pretty sure the C's part.
Well, a
and all of
table of
sudden there's
8 is a lot
table.
different than a table of 2. Because there probably aren't many tables of 2. Table of 8, think they take in at 4 tables of 2.
I asked, the problem was I asked, how long is the wait? She says, oh, about 2 hours. But Linda came and says, table of 2, please. Like
She
So
nonchalantly.
the delivery.
Maybe
She
you
was
should
a
say
servant.
please.
She knew what she wanted and she went for it.
That's what Linda says, the delivery. She says, you don't know how to talk to people.
No, you have to be gentle and fun.
That's so not Freddie.
Gentle and kind.
All I did
So
was,
delightful.
all I
and you
did
get
was-
what you want.
all I did was ask, how long was the wait? I should have said,
You
2,
see-
please.
You see-
And you give a little smile.
Freddie, what's your maximum, like, I'm gonna wait time? Like 20 minutes?
Ooh,
Like
20.
like 5 seconds.
Really? Like
And when the
for
word
me-
wait comes out, it says, I'm done.
For me, when it gets past 40 minutes, I'm leaving.
40 minutes?
Yeah.
My maximum is 20. I'm like, if this restaurant's more than 20 minutes, I'm not going there.
Like, here's the thing.
Say
It
I'm 15.
depends.
I'm about
It
30.
depends on what the restaurant is.
It depends on how long it took me to get
Yeah.
there.
If I
And how
know
long it'll
that
take you to
it's
get somewhere else.
How
Here's the
hungry
thing.
you are.
Yep.
If I know that it's a really nice, expensive steakhouse and I'm probably gonna have the best steak I will ever have in my life, yeah, I'll probably wait 40 minutes to get in if need be. It depends. If I'm like at the Applebee's and they say 40 minutes, please, I'll say, forget you, I'm going to Chick-fil-A or somewhere else.
Yeah,
But,
Applebee's,
like,
I would say, you know, McDonald's, the wait is 2 seconds. And they'll tell you when then go to McDonald's. Because
Or
they
like
have
a
done
Texas
that.
Roadhouse, I'd wait a long time.
Yeah. Oh,
But if
Texas
it's like-
Roadhouse is great.
I'll
The
go to Texas.
butter, the cinnamon butter.
It's good.
Love
Oh.
Texas Roadhouse.
really
I
good.
went there on Sunday.
So, Freddie,
Yes, sir.
I have to talk to you about something.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
tell me.
Why
what-
did you have the steak?
Why did what?
Why did you have the steak
Instead
not
of.
the salad.
instead of the
Oh,
salad?
yeah.
What?
Why did you go out for steak instead of something healthy the other night?
Oh, because I got treated to Alexander's.
Oh.
And if you
this
think
is
that
J.
I'm going to,
Okay.
you think I'm going to go to J. Alexander's to have salad, you are completely out of your mind.
Freddie, here's the thing. You didn't say it was J. Alexander.
I couldn't. We weren't supposed to say it on the air. I don't have permission to do that.
Well, you just did it now.
Well, I'm defending myself because I gave G-Man a salad. I got
Do you
a
go out every night?
No, well, it depends. Sometimes I go out on Monday and I have food for Tuesday. And then on Wednesday I go out for Thursday.
I only go out on the weekends sometimes.
But you don't like going out. People love seeing me. And then I wear my amp shirt or I wear my hat. I go, how you doing? Except for yesterday, that banana
How's your
boat lady-
self-esteem going?
We need to like put you in like the zoo on like display. Over here, we have.
We over here, Freddie Santori.
production.
Do you know?
People
Hey,
love
Santori.
seeing you. Wow.
Do you know?
Wow.
I went to Walmart and I had my amp shirt on, and I was telling the lady that was checking us out to buy tickets for
The JC concert.
JC concert. So this lady from the next aisle comes over. She says, "Where do I know you from?" I said, I'm the ticket fairy. I'm here to sell you tickets." So I take her phone and I take it to the site. She says, no, not today. I says, if not today, then when? We don't, tomorrow's not promised. So I had like 6 people around me at Walmart.
You're a little celebrity there, Freddie.
Walmart is my house.
Things to aspire to.
What?
And I like to go to places over and over again so they remember me. Remember the hat. You don't have to remember me. Remember the hat. Because I want to get in.
Yeah, the hat.
I want to sit down and have dinner.
And not me, I go low profile when I'm not here. If I even go out.
That's why I told you guys, I do all this
Oh
stuff.
no, he's getting out the bandana.
But we talked about this. We're going to get a bandana that says
When no bullying?
no bullying. We're going to wear it like this.
Oh, let me ask you guys a question. So
What do you think?
apparently they're talking about, I believe it's in Tennessee
Yes.
allowing teachers to carry guns
Yes.
Oh.
with proper training and proper
100%.
supervision
100%.
and certain amount of hours and has to be held in a certain place.
That's been a discussion since the Douglas
But apparently now it's going to the
thing. Going
governor.
to the floor. Would you allow it? Would you send your kids to school with
Would
a
you-
chick carrying 2 6-packs?
I don't think they're allowed to carry it on them. I think it has to be put away.
There's a
But
safe they're going to put in the classroom.
what do you guys think about that?
See,
I'm all in.
I got mixed feelings about it.
Why?
Okay, why?
Anything to protect my kid.
No,
Do
but
it.
like it's just I have mixed feelings about it, but like it's just part of the world we live in now.
That's
I
unfortunate.
mean, I wish it wasn't that way, and we could send our kids to school feeling
100.
safe that they would be safe. But like, you know,
It ain't there. You go to the movie theater right now. I always sit at the last row in the movie theater because I like it for a lot of reasons.
why?
Because I make drinks in drinks, but that's my dilemma.
I can
So-
I can hear like just doing like a quiet scene in the theater.
And you're not alone. And Sarah, and then this daughter comes with me, forget about it. We're feeding the masses. But anyway, so you're back there, you see the exit, and you see the exit, right? I got no weapon. I feel really, really uncomfortable. Because somebody comes in and I'm a sitting duck. So, you're not allowed to take your firearm into the movie theater.
But what about schools? What do you think about schools?
It's the same
I
difference.
think it's the wrong solution to the problem.
You're right. And I think the problem is the wrong problem.
So like the problem is like obviously trying to protect kids from like school shooters. But instead of giving teachers guns, why aren't we like regulating gun control more instead?
We're trying.
So yeah, so that's one side of the argument.
There you go.
Like,
Because these guys with the money in the house and
Yeah,
they
instead
pay
of
their.
restricting gun use, let's just make
And they
guns
say it's
more available.
constitutional. It says you're allowed to bear arms. So hey, they're gonna hide behind that
The
fact.
Constitution was also made 200 years ago, and the country was
Amen
very
to
different.
that.
so-
back when like guns together like a few midgets
I
were, like,
think
on-
you should have the. I think you should have the right to bear arms, but I also think you should be extensively background checked and, cleared before you have the right to buy arms.
you know,
You're right. And now they just passed a law that takes effect on the 1st. That at the gun shows you didn't have to do nothing. All you gotta do is buy the gun. Now you gotta fill out the paperwork. You can't get the gun for 30 days.
That's good.
They started doing that.
Like I believe, like, the Constitution is good, even though it was written a long time ago. So like I'm okay with the right to bear arms, but like I said, there should be extensive background checks and
Agreed.
everything.
Now you guys do understand the difference between us and every nation on the planet is the Constitution. It gives you freedoms to be able to get in your car and drive to school. It gives you freedoms to say what you just said on the air, and the Gestapos ain't gonna come in here and throw you in jail. I mean, do you understand that the Constitution is the backbone of your freedom, your freedom, and your freedom? So when you start talking about the word change, you gotta be careful.
You do.
There's a lot of
Yeah, but the
people-
world has changed, and to be able to, and I've got mixed emotions on the whole school and the teachers' guns. I don't
Why?
think it's the teacher's responsibility.
Right.
But what would
I don't
you
think
do?
you've got clarity of mind if you're trying to protect 28 kids and someone comes in, you got to find your gun, protect your kids, and then aim at the right
I
direction.
have an idea here.
But hold on a second. Hold on. Before your idea.
But on the flip side, somebody has it in a situation, but you also want to make sure that it doesn't get into the wrong people's hands. There's so many layers to it that I don't have a clear-cut answer of what
so
I
what
would
about
think.
it, hold on. What if we build a safe room in every classroom? So if something breaks out, you go in the safe room.
We sort of did that at my school. We had a thing called code yellow and code red, which we would practice a lot and stuff. And what we would do in code yellow is we would shut the blinds. What we do in code red is we would shut the blinds, turn off the lights, and all hide in the bathroom. But
I'm talking about a designated room, not the bathroom, because
know,
the bathroom
but-
is a no way out situation.
Yeah, and also the bathroom made no sense because our stuff was still there, and any smart person could figure out, oh, they're just in the bathroom.
Well, I think they'd know that anyway, but it's it's
Safe
another
room.
layer of protection.
Like they say this is a safe room and the gates come. You know how the safe rooms work, right? The metal and all that, and the
Like
cement.
in the bank.
They won't do it because of money.
Sure.
My high school, they up their security, or like it looks like a jail cell now. They have like little metal doors with like
Oh,
ID
God.
passwords on like every single entry with it.
Wow.
What college you go to?
It was my high school, Santa Lucia's.
Now, do you think that's the proper
I
response?
mean, I think it's more helpful in protecting the kids. Like it gives them a sense of security.
Okay. Now,
You see what just happened to Suncoast?
What happened to Suncoast?
There was a shooting in the parking lot last Friday at 7 o'clock in the morning. And, of course, everyone was crazy and up in arms and what was going to be, and the guy's in jail. But this was on campus at 7 o'clock before school started, but there was a code red because the kids had gotten to school early. The parents were like, do I drop them off? The news was saying, it's absolutely fine. You can definitely bring your kids to school. There's no movement going. It's just a huge investigation. Only to find out, it wasn't like there was someone, it's an over-investigation. It had just happened. So did the news even give us the right information to send your kids to the school?
Well, they have to watch. They don't create the panic. But I got a question for you. Your school that did all that, is that a well-off school? Do they have monies in a good neighborhood?
It's a Title I school. So
It's a what school?
Title I.
school.
What does that mean?
Well, 30% of the kids are on free and reduced lunch
so
and breakfast.
It was like a mixture of very poor kids and also middle-class kids.
Because when I went to school, PS 109 was in a poor section.
It's kind of like
My school
the
also had
makeup.
a history of stuff. Like we got
Yeah.
graffitied, we had a school shooting, like threatening.
Well, what our safe room was, everybody had a garbage can, and you put it upside down, and you prayed inside that can. And everybody had their own garbage can. That was our safe room. That's how poor our school was.
Garbage cans are expensive.
Like,
Not back in the day. We stole them all the time.
Freddie, so I know that there's a product existing now that can attach to your lock. And it applies about 900 pounds of force.
Your lock of what?
The classroom?
Like at the classroom.
Oh, on the
When
door, okay.
applied, when one of those the machines is in, it applies 900 extra pounds of force. So, instead of putting guns in every classroom, why don't we just put one of those on every door?
Interesting.
You could go through the window.
You know, the problem, Baxton, is it's a good idea. There's a lot of good ideas. The problem is the money to do it. Remember when we talked to that lady that wrote the checks for the Board of Education? She told us straight up. She says, you know, Freddie, they're cutting teachers' salaries and everything else. They're trying to get the teachers more money simply because the Board of Education is the first place they cut. Now, isn't Lotto supposed to go towards the Board of Education?
Yeah, but think how many schools there are in this state.
What about the country?
Well, the lotto goes to your state. It doesn't go, right? Florida Lotto goes to
Powerball
Florida.
goes in every state.
But there's so many schools, there's so much to do, and there's so many people to help, and there's just not enough money to go around.
And the problem here is that it's easier to get a gun today than buying a prescription off the street.
But then you've also got the mental health component. I mean, there's so many components to this. Raising kids, I can't even imagine what it's like.
And then you have parents that give their kids a gun for their birthday, knowing that the kid is a little bit off the charts, and he goes out, he kills 4 people, and they gave the parents 15 years apiece.
So are we ready to do a quick commercial?
Yes, we are.
Wow.
More to come on the
Really?
other side of this
Sorry to
commercial
disturb
break.
you.
Give us a call. 888-994-4995. Studio B, give us a call, and we'll be right back.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty Richard Pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Do you have diabetes? If you have insurance, you may qualify for a new continuous glucose monitor. With a CGM, you can continuously track your levels and trends. Spend more time in range. significantly lower your A1C, and share important data with loved ones and caregivers. Most importantly, a CGM eliminates the one thing most people with diabetes hate: painful finger sticks. Take charge of your health. Order your new continuous glucose monitor today. If you use insulin and have seen your diabetes care provider within the last 6 months, you may qualify for a CGM today. We'll do all the insurance paperwork and deliver your new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost to you. Medicare and most insurances cover continuous glucose monitors, so don't wait. Have your insurance handy and call the CGM Health Hotline now.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer, and we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case, and they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. That's 800-613-3597.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
My hands cramp up.
All right, you want to hear horoscopes for?
Yes, let's do that, being that we were shortchanged yesterday.
Horoscopes, Baxton?
Horoscope.
Why are we shortchanged yesterday?
And then
Oh,
she
on that? Baxton, you're a Gemini?
Yes, ma'am.
Should I say it?
All right. You might not know what you want out of life right now. Relationships are confusing. Your career is at its crossroads, and the future is unclear.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
What is going on in the Baxton world?
But this week, it'll become overwhelmingly clear what you
Clear.
don't want.
What I don't want.
Nothing seems like quite the right fit, no matter how many opportunities come your way. None of them light you up. For now, at least, give yourself permission to be picky. Turning down invitations you don't want and stepping away from unhealthy relationships that will ultimately make it possible for you to discover what you've been wanting all along.
And
So,
Hey, that's what that said.
just say no.
That's what that said.
Yep. I could
Baxter.
not have made that
Let
up.
me see that.
Baxton.
I'm
Is
gonna.
that actually what that said?
I'll send
does.
it to you.
Baxton, Confucius say socks are a necessity, but smelly socks are undesirable.
What? What does socks have to do?
No, he checks out. Checks out.
Just think about that.
All right.
Where'd you get this? You knew it was coming? Or you just...
That was creepy.
I just sent it to you.
Everyone's just like watching.
Shorty, you are a
Virgo.
Virgo.
Who are not virgins, by the way. I don't
You're
even know what that
excellent at
means.
taking care of business, partly because of your solid work ethic, partly because you simply can't stand leaving boxes unchecked, projects unfinished, or questions unanswered. Lately, though, there are tasks or problems that have dragged on with you with no end in sight. Maybe there's been no mind-numbing or stressful to deal with. Maybe you've been distracted by others. But whatever the reason, this is a week to finish anything that's been lingering too long on your to-do list. You'll feel so much better once you've put it behind you.
Just say goodbye and find somebody else.
Oh.
What are you, Ethan?
Do you know? Wait a minute. You didn't get no
Cancer?
reaction over
Or we
here.
need a cancer.
Is anything,
I'm going to get a reaction.
anything sound like you didn't finish?
I mean,
Dawn,
an
I'm
exam I
already
never
June.
finished. So
An exam you never finished?
So you're Gemini.
Are you going to finish
I
it?
will finish it today.
Dawn,
Here's an
I'm
exam you
sorry,
didn't
I'm
finish.
Gemini.
I mean, it's due
I'm
Friday.
early June.
So
You got time.
you're Gemini with me.
You're
Well,
a
I
Gemini?
think of all the
Yeah.
projects you have got Shorty to work on when he's here. It's like we throw a laundry list of things
because
at
he
him.
only his window's this big. I say, Shorty.
So you've got the octopus, you've got commercials, you've got rewiring, you've got Spotify, you've got a ton of things for
I
him
don't
to
know
do.
Spotify and him.
We haven't done Spotify in a month.
Well, that's because abruptly somebody said, and I can't get on.
We got to figure out how to get on then.
Oh, yeah. No, but I the passwords don't work.
They don't work?
They're going to work. We're going to figure it out. We just got to sit and
But
figure
no,
it out.
it was because Shorty is the IT guru. He actually is the reason why we have all these microphones, is that he came up with a simple solution. And it worked.
Nathan, what are you? What's your sign?
Gemini is one, I guess.
Oh my gosh, so you're all three Gemini? All right, so Nathan, does that apply to you? It applies to Baxton.
Baxton. So what's happening in the world of Baxton? Are we in love today?
What do you mean, are we in love?
Are we out of love?
I'm in love with myself right now. There we go.
There you go.
That's nice.
Something's going on because I walked into a conversation this morning about
Did
I don't
you?
know if I'm going to go.
That means he's not going to go.
That means he's going.
No, he's not.
What I was talking about.
No, don't bring it up.
No,
Are you going to go or not go?
It's okay. What I was talking about, originally, I was planning on leaving here in June.
Okay.
But now, I figured out that I got classes, so I'm probably leaving in August.
Okay.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, I thought it was something else. I misread
There we go.
something about you and personas around you and people. And
Relationships that he's going to say no
I thought
to.
you were 48 years old, huh?
How about you? Did that Gemini sound like you?
A little.
A little.
Yeah.
Okay. You're an Aquarius.
Oh, God. You're like
Wow,
my
we've got
brother.
3 Geminis in here.
Me and your brother?
Yeah.
I think he was Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah. It's funny. My brother and me used to argue about everything.
Yeah.
For fun or on purpose?
I told him, I said to him one day, Harry, we never went to the moon. And he went crazy because he was in the Navy. He was in the military. And he says, we went and picked up the boys from the moon. And he went nuts on me.
We actually did go to the moon.
Well, I know that, but I was 12 when I was saying it.
Oh.
I was told we did not go. I have a lot of questions.
All right, Grace, you want to hear yours?
Yeah.
To a certain point, you've grown accustomed to feeling unappreciated.
No!
The cost of living unconventionally and taking your own path is that sometimes others, even the people that love you, don't really see or understand you. This week, however, expect much more attention than you're used to. All the work you've been quietly doing is finally being appreciated. Your best ideas are being taken seriously at last.
Hey.
At least for now, it will be impossible to fly under the radar, so don't try to hide. Enjoy the recognition you've worked so hard for, and you deserve it.
That literally goes
Morning.
back to the conversation me and Abby were having on Tuesday. Or yesterday. Oh my gosh, that was yesterday. That's
Yesterday was
literally
Tuesday.
exactly what me and Abby were mad about.
It was.
Being underappreciated.
Yeah, because someone told us that we didn't do a good job with something when we
Who
did.
told you that?
Long story.
It was just one person,
I'll go
right?
find them. I'll put my baseball bat.
And how many people are part of this cohort?
5. So,
You only have 5 in that whole group?
yeah.
I thought there was more.
There's some more, but there's 5 like big people, and 3 of them work here, and then the 2 that are the problem are the ones that don't.
Are they your age?
Yeah. It was me, Abby, and Nicole, and then
No,
2
I know
others.
that. I know the 3 that work here, but I was wondering how many people. So it was 2 within your generation that said something, or 2
So
higher up?
There's 4 other people, but the 2 of them are the ones that said something nasty to me about everything.
So do you believe the 3 that don't, or the 2 that do?
Oh, I go to the I don't believe what the 2 said.
But it
Grace,
upsets you
give
more
them
than what the
their
3 of you.
Their name, their address.
They
and
rank the
I'll-
serial number. He's going to go
So
after
you can
them.
find them pretty easy.
Their name, their address, and I'll go find them. I'll find
But
them.
you know what, Baxton? People are entitled to their opinion, and you just don't
I know,
listen
but
to it.
like,
But think you and
I'm
I.
the kind of person. I'm very protective over the people I care
But
about. You
protective
don't
is
go-
one thing. Why are you protecting somebody who is saying false things about somebody else?
But-
All you're doing is creating a situation, which will
I
probably
want
end
to-
up getting you hurt.
I feel very protective over people I
But
care
that's-
about.
But think you and I produce what, 15 shows currently?
Yeah.
And I get upset by one guest that gets upset.
Yeah.
Not the 15 shows or the 30 people that come in here a week, one. And that upsets me. So why do I let that one thumbtack upset me more than the other 29 that are happy?
Oh, that's a question you have to
Well,
ask
that's what I
yourself.
don't know. Why does our brain go to that more than the
Especially
masses?
when you've done a great job. You did a great job, and somebody wants to say something about you. So what?
Thank you, but it was so like nasty what he said, and then I was just like, okay, and I tried to leave, and he just kept on, and I was like, I texted him later, and I was like, that was really nasty, like what you said to me, and I was like, I know you think that you were playing, but that was like really ugly what you just said to me. And he was like, well, I just wanted to give you my honest opinion, and I thought you should know.
Who asked for it?
That's what I said. I was like, I didn't ask anyone to tell me if I was doing a good job or not.
Listen, and the bottom line here is if you look at the body of work, it doesn't really matter what anybody says. You ever notice that you're at the top of the game and the ones that are talking bad about you are nowhere near the top of the game? So you're looking down at the conversation. He's looking up at the conversation. You know, that right there, that's the end of it. For me, I says, when you get up here, then we get to eye level, we'll have a chit-chat.
You want to hear your horoscope, Freddie?
No.
It's easy to trust your intuition when it's whispering the same thing your friends are telling you. Easy to have faith in your off-the-wall ideas when other people also see the value in them. Oh my gosh, this is so you. It's much harder when your gut leads you against your current. After all, no one's right all the time. This week, listen to advice from the people you respect, but listen to your own instincts too. Even if they lead you in an unusual directions, you don't have to do the same thing everyone else is doing. Give yourself space to be different. Wow.
That's me.
That is so you.
I'm going to tell you something.
Wow.
I don't care about that. Listen, the bottom line is this. I don't care what anybody thinks when they say that ain't going to work, that's out of the box, blah, 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 diarrhea of the mouth. It's to me. All I hear is blah, 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 blah. You know why? Because if I'm doing it,
10:14.
if I'm doing it, it means in my heart I'm doing it. I'm doing something I want to try that's out of the box. And if you're going to criticize me for being out of the box, that's okay. Ain't no big deal because at least I'm doing it. You know, Michael Jordan took, 10 billion shots that he missed? And what do we remember him for? The one he hit? Man, all you got to do is score. That's all. Been doing this a long time. Been doing it a certain way. Do I have to make adjustments, as I've been pointed to? Absolutely. But am I going to worry about what somebody else thinks?
No.
When you're looking down, that guy can't hold your cup, as we used to say back in the day. And he's going to argue a point? When he gets up to your level, let's have a conversation.
That's what I said.
Just ignore it, man. Don't
When's
worry
your
about
birthday?
September.
What sign are you? Virgo. Okay, that's what I thought you
We
were.
did a Virgo.
We didn't do Virgo yet.
Virgo's not a virgin.
We did it for Shorty. We didn't do it for her.
We did it for Shorty. Did you hear your horoscope? You should hear it. You really need it.
Excellent.
You want to hear it again?
I'm zooming out a little bit from Don and Friday. They were too zoomed in.
All right.
What happened? What you doing now?
I'm just fixing the zoom. You were too zoomed in.
All right, you want to hear mine?
Yeah.
Okie doke. You understand that healthy relationships are about reciprocity, but you're not one to obsessively balance the books. You generally trust that things will shake out over time. Sometimes, though, that makes it a little extra effort and intention on your part. If you've been taking more than you've been giving, now is the time to change. And you've been generous with your time and energy without getting much in return. Just don't hope that things will eventually change. Ask for what you need, demand it even.
It's really funny. I was listening to a talk show coming in about that subject because the girl that called in to this guy who wrote this book said that she married a narcissist and they broke up. And the guy said to her, you know, you got to stop trying to analyze people. If you're in a bad relationship, the only thing you have to ask yourself is, are you in a bad relationship? And if the answer is yes, then are you willing to be what is it when you're going to blow something up? What is the wick? Is that ignite the wick?
Oh, for like a candle?
Yes, like so are you willing to be the one to ignite your wick when you implode and explode because you're going to blow up the relationship? Are you willing to be the one to do that? And if you're not willing to be the wick to explode your relationship and move on, then you're accepting the fact that the person that you're with, that you didn't title when you did it, is who it is.
So what do you do if you're in a situation and the person you're with says something so embarrassing you want to crawl under the table and you think maybe no one heard it, but they continue to say things that are like, I can't believe you're saying that in my presence.
Is it offensive stuff or just embarrassing?
it's
And
kind of
who's
like
it embarrassing
it's kind
to?
of like narcissistic. Like I do this and I do that and blah blah blah, and you're thinking they're going to think, why am I with this person? Because they're so narcissistic and they say these such hurtful things, and they're so self-centered, and you're thinking, what's the other person
how do you
thinking?
handle it?
What do you do?
I leave.
Well, you can't leave. You're locked in a situation.
What if you're at a dinner party?
Yeah.
And your date is just being totally self-centered, egotistical.
Say
You can't leave.
I would probably be like hush, and then like later, like on the car ride home, I would break up with him.
Man, you
See, what I would normally, what I
can't do that
Taking
either.
no prisoners.
What do you mean?
I'll explain later.
Hush, honey. Like,
So you got to set up the joke. You got to set up the
Who
joke.
says it's a joke? What
Check
if
it
it's
out.
real?
Yeah.
So you say, when they finish talking, says, do you know what the word idiot means?
Okay.
And you don't say nothing else. And the person will say, they're either going to say, yeah, I know what it means. It's okay. So every time that happens, you look up and you say, idiot. That's all you got to do. And eventually, that stone in the shoe will begin to work.
I would probably be like, do you hear yourself talking right now? And like, I would embarrass them.
She
in front
won't
of
do that.
everyone.
She
I
won't
would
do
be
it.
like, do you hear the words coming out of your mouth? Like, do you see how ugly that sounds?
She
right
won't
now?
do it. Don't
And then on
do
the
it.
car ride home, I'd be like, I actually don't see this happening anymore.
She won't do it.
Bax, what would you do?
I would just listen. I've gotten extremely good at listening to what people have to say and choosing whether to retain it or not.
Baxton, that doesn't resolve the issue of you absorbing it or not. We're asking what you would do to stop the behavior.
I would probably take them aside and just try to have.
Yeah, Baxton does that.
Like, what do you say? Do you realize you're being ego-centered and narcissistic in this conversation?
I would just say, like, listen to what you're saying and just be careful, because you don't want to sound egotistical about,
You're going to point that out right in front of everybody?
No, I take them aside. Take them somewhere.
Is that what you do?
My goal wouldn't be to.
Is that what Baxton does? Because that's not what I've seen.
No.
What would you do, Casey?
He goes and plays games with them.
Yes. Pick my hair.
Casey, what would you do in a bad situation?
Oh, Baxton. Oh, sorry.
So one time, I was supposed to hang out with this guy, and like from the get-go, it was so weird. He had me pick him up like outside. He was like running somewhere. I don't know where he was going.
He
but
just robbed a
he was
shoe
in
store or
my
something.
car.
He's robbing a bank.
He was in my car. He
driver.
ran in my car, and he was just so sweaty and smelled so gross. And then he took me into his house because he was gonna change, and we were gonna go get like dinner or something. And his house was a mess, like clothes everywhere, clothes everywhere. He took a shower, and I left.
As you should.
What'd you meet this guy?
You probably robbed the bank. And
I think I like met him somewhere. Like no, like I met him out somewhere. Like I don't remember where. What? No, this was
Well, it's not her current boyfriend.
this was like Gainesville like a year ago maybe.
Well, now it explains everything.
And so apparently loneliness is now an epidemic.
Yep.
Loneliness?
Yep.
Loneliness. But there's a difference
I'm
of being
so
loneliness
lonely.
and
I
alone.
am
Because you
so
can sit in a room full of people and be lonely, but yet you're not alone.
Would you rather be alone or in pain?
I'd rather be in pain.
I have
Alone or
Alone or in pain?
I'm in pain.
In pain.
You're lonely and in pain? But you are in pain.
Oh!
You
But
love
she
her.
knows
I'm
it.
agreeing with him.
She's like the daughter you never had.
That's why I say it to her. We got to calm her down.
I know. I can't waste any time right now. So.
So you think loneliness is a thing. So how do you combat loneliness?
Hobbies.
Get a cat.
Yeah, get a
You
hobby.
surround
Get a cat.
yourself
Get a
by
cat.
people that you care about.
Yeah, I agree with Baxton. Surround yourself with people you care about, and you'll be fine. Even if it's family, it's still people you care
Well, what
about.
kind of loneliness,
Get a cat,
then, are we
start
talking about? What kind of
crocheting.
loneliness are we
Ask
talking
them
about?
what's
What kind of loneliness?
what's going on.
What kind of loneliness?
I just said get a cat, start crocheting, work at a restaurant.
What are you, grandma?
She's
Yes.
lonely apparently.
You're going to be a grandmother?
Yep.
Are you still
How old are
crocheting?
you? You're not even 22. Lord have
Hey,
mercy.
crocheting is fun.
Lord have mercy.
She has a cat, and she's crocheting.
Are you lonely though, or are you better now?
I'm lonely.
You're still lonely. What does lonely mean to you?
I go home every night and I go to bed.
But is that alone or is that lonely?
Or is that life?
I just wish I was like, I just wish I had time to go. Like Megan asked to hang out last night and I couldn't.
You can't. You're working.
Right, and I just felt bad, so that makes me feel lonely.
Why?
I'm not able to go.
You're
out and
making
hang with
money.
people.
You're like an annuity. What are you talking about?
Making money that I can't save right now.
No, don't mix it up. You're making money to pay things of decisions that you made.
Right.
Well,
so I can't save it.
You're paying for bad decision making, but that's not lonely.
Nathan, how about
Plus
you?
rent.
Loneliness versus being alone. Is loneliness a thing for you or no?
Very much so it is. Very much so it is. Being alone is fine because being for instance I'm an introvert. I love the other people myself. Sometimes I tell myself at times if you do it too much you will experience loneliness.
But that's an interesting point. Being an introvert. Being an introvert, you're gonna end up being lonely more of the times. No?
Yeah.
Is that gonna happen? Are you used to being alone?
I'm always alone. I mean, of course, I have brothers and I have my family who always check up on me and that's from that. I do have those, yes, but there are times, yes, where I do feel lonely, like loneliness, because that also plays with my depression a little bit. So it plays in that a big part, big factor that too. So loneliness and alone coexist a little bit in some sense. So in some sense, I guess.
Baxter, don't say you're alone, and don't say you're lonely because you're always with somebody.
Excuse me.
Just because, here's my idea on this. Just because you are with a person, it does not mean you're alone.
What were you just saying?
You can still be lonely.
Yeah.
even though you're with the person.
I can't.
Casey's calling you out now, bro.
But I can't argue that point because it's true. Sometimes you're with somebody and
you still feel lonely.
It's
because she doesn't have the same feelings.
Sometimes you
That's like money
feel
doesn't buy everything.
extremely
True.
just like it's interesting how loneliness works.
All right, so let's switch the script. Let's switch the script. You're depressing me. Okay, so how do you make it not lonely? What do you have to do? What steps do you have to take?
Get a cat, start crocheting.
What steps do you have to take? And don't act like a freaking 90-year-old. What steps do you have to take to change the equation?
Surround
Make
yourself.
it happy, like.
Okay, but how do we do that? What do you do?
Surround yourself with people you love.
But is that going to make you less lonely?
What do you do when you're not alone?
Think about your answer before you say it.
When I'm alone, I think about what I have in life, and how do I explain this? I think about the good in life, and it makes me happier.
But you get to travel the world, and you can't be lonely at all.
No, what I mean is
this guy's all over the world.
What I mean is like, I think about like, I'm here, like I have opportunities for internship. Some people have no home, some people have no food and stuff like that. I'm very fortunate and stuff like that. And that makes me sad for them. Legitimately sad for them.
So are you saying loneliness when you're sad is when you're lonely, or is there a specific loneliness? Is it maybe having the opposite sex in your life? Is that what we're talking about?
I think it's sort of mentality that comes to the person. It's sort of a mentality to the person because, once again, like how she said, like if you can have all the money in the world and you can still feel like crap.
So is it having the opposite sex in your life, a girlfriend, a boyfriend?
Because I've never had that type of support in my life before. So
A boyfriend and a girlfriend?
Like that type of support.
But you don't know that's going to be supportive until you're in a relationship.
Correct.
I mean, I was married 17 years and I got
I've never
divorced.
been in a relationship that's gotten to that point.
So
So I don't know.
The definition.
I don't know if that's what
But
I'm missing
I don't
in my
want the
life.
definition of lonely. I want your definition, not what this says in the Webster Dictionary.
For me, loneliness is just almost like a cloud. That's the way I look at it.
A cloud.
It's a dark, ominous cloud that
It's
just
raining
kind
on
of
Baxton.
floats over you.
But Baxton, how do you resolve the cloud?
I don't.
Well, guys,
Through time.
you got to find a resolution to the problem. Otherwise, you're just gonna keep living it out.
But it's a generation. Do you ever get lonely?
During the day,
I'll forget what made me cry 5 minutes.
When I got married my first time and I got divorced after 5 years, I felt lonely. And I ended up getting married again the second time.
Because you were lonely?
Yes. And 17 years later, I got divorced again with 2 kids and everything else. I've become now accustomed that there is no loneliness. You fill the time gap that you have every minute of the day, every second of that minute, with something that makes you feel good. And you'll never be lonely. You're an artist. You should never be lonely. Your art is incredible. The gift that you have to produce and market, what you know about computers, come on, guys, you've been all over the world. Every minute, if I think back at Greece, when I went to Greece, I went to Turkey, I went to all over. Happy. Man, I'm sad. Loneliness, nah, man, I lived a good life and I've done what I like to do. And then I meet you guys. How can you be lonely? Somebody's not going to fill your void. I'm going to tell you that right now. Ain't nobody going to fill your void. They're going to fill a void, they're not going to fill your void. Happiness, loneliness is inside your soul, not in your heart.
You got so much goodness going on for you, and you don't even realize it.
You don't realize what's going on. You don't know how many people in this room sweat and cry when you do about what they're going through to make it better for you. You got no clue. You have absolutely no clue when you leave here. You don't know. Same thing with that guy over, that meathead over there. Everybody knows when the meathead ain't in the house.
I know, we miss him.
Yeah. Everybody knows. People ask me, when's Shorty coming? I think he was coming yesterday.
Still with us.
Yeah, I have not seen you.
See?
How can you be lonely when you're so missed? How can you be lonely when everybody's name is on their lips?
This is my answer to it.
Go ahead. Give me an answer.
I'm never lonely during the day because I'm with you guys.
Yeah.
But at nighttime, it can get very dark.
Freddie, maybe he should come move in with you.
I take him to meet $2 Sally.
Oh, I don't know if I want to meet $2.
You know, I don't understand. You can do so many things. You can see a ball game. You can go bowling. You can hang out with your friends. There's no, but then you pick to be lonely.
Or alone. It's different.
You're working. That in itself is a gift, because I remember when you walked around here depressed, you didn't have a job. I told you, be careful what you ask for, because God will provide. And now you're miserable, you're working. Shush the mouth, because you're going to lose your job and you're going to be more hurt. Just stop and reflect. Okay, so don't be lonely. You have food, you have pasta, you're working, you're not carrying cement. You're not carrying cinder block. You're not working a dirty job, man. You're working a clean job where there's beautiful people. Can you be lonely to that?
I feel like you're the wizard.
It's not that. I've been
You've
down.
always had
I've been
a
where
heart,
you've been.
and you always had a brain.
I
love my
I've been. I'm gonna tell you. You don't know the word lonely. I'm gonna off the air. I'll explain to you what lonely looks like, and you ain't gonna like that taste. You guys are lucky, because you have a future, and you can mold it, you can make it better, and you all have gifts. You are gifted. Just look at the reality of life, and I'll give you an example of what being ungifted looks like. Okay? For most of you have your parents in here, including you, you hug them, because they ain't gonna be around forever. But you got a shot at life, and that replaces all loneliness. People don't make you lonely, you make yourself lonely.
Amen.
Amen. Shall we wrap this up?
You see, you get me started.
All I did was ask a question.
Don't get me started.
Freddie's soapbox. That's going to be a new
I
segment.
was just thinking we need to make a gif of Freddie on a soapbox.
Freddie's
funny. It's Freddie's soapbox.
soapbox.
You know something? But when you make it big, when you guys all make it big, remind me and come get me, because I want to hold up a glass and I want to tell you, I told you so.
More to come. Tune in today to the Reinvented Life Network at 11 a.m. We've got Beach Jam Media, so see what washes up in life for you today. We'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.